Thanks for joining us on the Ohio AgNet. We're broadcasting from the Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Certain Corn Herbicide. Unleash residual power early to allow for pre- or post-application to attack weeds at their weakest. I'm Joel Norwood. The rest of the Ohio AgNet team in the air today. They're heading off to Commodity Classic in San Antonio, so stay tuned as they bring us updates from that event later this week. They'll be Thursday, joined with the folks from Commodity Classic and Crop Plan, quality seed genetics, backed by some of the industry's leading data for better fertility, crop protection, and fungicide decisions. Learn more at croplan.com. Also, tune in with the Ohio AgNet on Friday as we visit with Meristem Crop Performance. Meristem Crop Performance helps farmers take cost out and produce more bushels for less. Well, USDA reports lately have been raising some eyebrows. For instance, major swings in corn production numbers from last year. Where did that come from, or where did they go? And at last week's USDA Agricultural Outlook Forum, Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins announced the department is asking farmers and industry stakeholders for input on how to improve USDA data collection and reporting down the road. The request for information will review how crop and livestock data is gathered, analyzed, and released, especially as survey response rates from producers have dropped from around 60% a decade ago to now it's closer to 40 to 50%. USDA officials say their goal is to make sure market reports are accurately reflecting conditions, not influencing prices, since farmers rely on that data to make key management decisions. The public comment period will remain open for 45 days. Again, it comes as USDA reports under heavy scrutiny right now after some big surprises in recent numbers. Elsewhere, the sign-up deadline for the Dairy Margin Coverage Program ends this Thursday. Trey Forsyth is the Vice President of Government and Regulatory Affairs for the National Milk Producers Federation. He says that Dairy Margin Coverage Program has been improved.
So some of those key updates include, first and foremost, an update to all dairy operations production history. Farmers will have a chance to update that history to be the highest annual milk production level from 2021, 2022, or the 2023 calendar years. In addition, Tier 1 coverage, which has historically covered an operation's first 5 million pounds of milk, that has been expanded, so Tier 1 coverage will now cover 6 million pounds. Premium rates for Tiers 1 and 2 remain the same. Lastly, a key improvement that was secured in the Dairy Margin Coverage Program was an opportunity for producers to again lock in coverage over a multi-year period. So if any producer locks in their coverage levels from 2026 through 2031, they'll qualify for a 25% discount on their premiums.
Again, the sign-up deadline for the Dairy Margin Coverage Program this Thursday. Let's talk weather thanks to Seed Consultants, Simply Better Performance, online at seedconsultants.com. Ryan.
Not much happening for your Monday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update here in Ohio. Not much happening today, but it is cold, and we have strong north winds, so there's plenty of cloud cover popping up off and on, thanks to the Great Lakes. Not concerned about lake effect snow at this point, but cloud cover is definitely going to be an issue. Better sunshine potential tomorrow while we stay cold once again. A clipper moving through the Great Lakes region tomorrow night and Wednesday brings some cloud cover down our way, but I don't think any precipitation. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Find that full weather report online at ohioagnet.com. Also there, ag groups weigh in on Farm Bill 2.0 that's recently been announced. House Ag Committee Chairman Glenn G.T. Thompson has released the Farm, Food, and National Security Act of 2026. It's the first Farm Bill reauthorization since 2018. Mixed reviews from ag groups. You can see the rundown of that at ohioagnet.com. Do keep in mind that a lot of provisions that were previously proposed for farm bills have been taken care of in last year's One Big Beautiful Bill. Now stay tuned. We'll take a look at market numbers from Chicago coming up next on the Ohio AgNet.
Farmers, crop consultants, certified livestock managers, and agribusiness leaders. Keep up with the latest trends in agriculture March 10th and 11th at the Conservation Tillage and Technology Conference at Ohio Northern University in Ada. Increase your knowledge and bottom line with over 60 presenters. Register for the conference today at cttcohio.com and get exclusive access to videos of the sessions after April 15th. CCA and CLM credits included.
You're listening to the Ohio AgNet. Today's Midday Market Analysis brought to you by Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574-566-2113. Grains continuing to find out where they need to be as the latest WASDE trimmed corn ending stocks by 100 million bushels on stronger export demand. Soybean stocks remain comfortable amid record global supplies, especially out of Brazil. Meanwhile, tightening U.S. cattle inventories in the latest numbers from USDA. That means we continue to see those strong fed cattle prices continue on. Let's take a look at those market numbers at Tuesday's midday trade. Corn down a bit. March off a quarter of a penny to 4.27 1/4 per bushel. May corn down 1 1/4 to 4.39. Soybeans are up as March gained 2.5 cents to 11.36 3/4. May soybeans 11.53 up 3 1/4. And July wheat sitting at 1 3/4 cents higher. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. February live cattle 45 cents down to 244.53 per hundredweight. April feeder cattle 360.98 is their number right now. That's a 38-cent loss on the day. And April lean hogs up 95 cents to 94.65. Milk down at the moment. This is the Ohio AgNet.